Brothers and sisters, generals, family, younger or older, if you are alive and breathing, guess what? We are back to conquer another day, another year, and another decade. And as I always say, thank the current subscribers, new subscriber, anybody that view, that been riding along with the brother, my generals, my leaders, and teachers with a student spirit, because that's something that we cannot forget, especially in these times, have to have a student spirit. And as I always say, that student spirit is so we can learn and, and stay aware of person, place, thing, mind, body, and soul. See, hear, and feel. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing. And I call down that great protection from our great divine for ourselves, from ourselves, so we don't become our own worst enemy. Because that's the worst dangerous thing. The most dangerous thing one can do for oneself is when they are their own worst enemy. This brother, sister, family member, doesn't matter. Younger or older, high status, low status. As many of us real generals out here, brothers and sisters in some family, as we say, it's all about the heart and what's in the pit of that soul. It's always going to come down to that. I don't care how many times we hear it. But what do we do to get in these spaces, brother, sister, family member, to be in a space of, having a good heart and good intentions and, and good qualities and manifesting good things in our lives? How do we do these things? Well, we focus on our inner core, as we all say, and we work on our so-called weaknesses and fix things deep within. And however, because different strokes, different folks, it takes longer for some to come out of either past trauma. I always say some worse than others, brother or sister. And if we can't do it ourselves, get help, if we're able to get help, but never just waddle and never say can't, and never speak words of discouragement to ourselves. Always encourage ourselves. Do everything, because the body always follows the mind. So it's very important what we think about the most, what we harbor the most, and, what goals we have, especially if we got children, family, significant other. And I always honor thy ancestors, those who fought hard through tooth and nail, who were generals, man, to pave the way for so many great brothers and sisters out here, whether you got a platform or not. I'm talking about those who are not adding to bad things of humanity and or culture. Those who are so heartedly from their heart or our heart, those who are trying to lift and teach things to help one's psyche and better our mind, body, and soul. So we can work on the physical too, and turn those righteous, positive thoughts into action and love what we do and do what we love. And do I have to say it's got to be righteous? I mean, if you love something toxic and evil, that's not love. That's psychotic. If you love something evil or bad, that's not love. If you're delusional, love, real love is connected to divine things. Everybody has their own path, their own journey. But as I say, those who are enlightened, brother or sister, like I say, same tree, different branches. That's my analogy I like to use. Different ways of being raised and different families, different situations. But if you a brother and sister that have been through enough woulda, coulda, shouldas, you know what it is, and we are now on the right path. And I know we hear that word righteousness a lot, but righteousness it just means doing the right thing, even when it's not easy and when no one's looking, and we make a mistake, we be accountable for it and get back on board, and fix whatever needs to be fixed and keep it moving. It just makes life so much more simpler, and find things we love along this journey, find things we love to do, whether it's spending time with family, a gift we like. If we do have a like-minded brother and sister, because we do got some righteous brothers and sisters out here that have platforms. I bring it up every now and then, but some in high status too. I've listened to many. If you keep yourself in the right space, and this is mind, body, and soul, and then work your way out, you'll be in the vicinity of real brothers and sisters, and that's in our families also, because if one is healthy, mind, body, and soul, then everyone has a choice to help themselves if able. I always say, if no handicaps or no medical conditions or anything of that nature, if you're able to help oneself. But if you're healthy, as I always say, and you choose, now emphasis on choose, to keep going in the right direction when you know better, and you've been through woulda, coulda, shouldas, and you keep repeating this same thing, as many of us great teachers say throughout history, and those who are current. You can never keep repeating the same thing, toxic thing, and expect a different result. It's ridiculous. That's facts, and that's why I say that's what manifests a lot of great, wise brothers and sisters, because the things that they have been through, or I have been through, or my son, Lord Lamont, salute, podcast he and I did yesterday about, it was a part 2. It was an 8th episode, but a part 2 of persevering in comedy, and we just talked about persevering and things we have overcome. I told some wild stories. He told some wild stories, and he's a part of that new generation. He was born in that graceful time of life. He was like a little bit before social media. He's kind of born in a good era. He kind of seen both sides of the world, so to speak, if you know what I mean. So he wasn't really born in to social media, which is a good thing. So gave him a chance to kind of understand it before he lost himself in it. And so I'm proud of him. He's doing good. Everybody goes through their growth spurt. So that's what I love to do. I talked to my son Ethan earlier, and I see my cousin Brian stays here, and we stay in the same building. See him every now and then. I always speak to him, and ask him how everything going, and speak when we can, because we have busy lives and doing things. I work a job, and I try to get rest and stuff like that. But I spend time with my son, Lord Lamont, which you'll be hearing more of, father and son discussions. And he still has music to work on. He wasn't able to finish. He ended up getting a little tired and fell asleep. But I think rest is important. But you will be hearing music from my son, Lord Lamont, and more father and son discussions. And somewhere down the road, you'll be hearing from my son, Ethan. And I do have his voice on the Volunteering in School podcast, where his school is on the thumbnail. One of them I did where it was on the banner and the thumbnail, but a couple of them it was just on the thumbnail and something else on the banner, just kind of represent whatever subject I'm speaking on. Sometimes I like to put it in the banner, whatever that divine puts in one's spirit that day. That's why I put on a thumbnail or the banner. So yeah, still volunteering, want to put in more days. I've been only some days, sometimes some weeks 2 days, some weeks 1 day. So, but I still been hanging in there and volunteering. And again, salute to the faculty at my son's school and my goddaughter, Chloe and Ethan. They go to that school. I always mention that. And yeah, it's wonderful. And all the great children that I have, maybe kind of been somewhat of an impact in their life. Young brother, young sister at that school. But some days can be smooth and some days are challenging. Being in a that 9-year-old, around that age, that 9 through 10, right around that age frame, man. And you got these different personalities and and different things going on in the child home, but it's a wonderful experience, and I've learned to love it. Like I say, love what we do and do what we love, but it's got to be righteous. It just ain't no way around it. I mean, I know I say that word a lot. You might hear other teachers say it. It's just it's just doing the right thing. And it's rewarding too. It's just rewarding. A lot of good results come when you just reach out and you take you put forth the effort to make an impact in our communities, in our lives, in our family lives, and even in our own lives. It's just a wonderful thing. But find lovely gifts along the way, whatever it is, whether it's music, if you like to speak or you like to draw, whatever it is. It's a trillion and billion gifts. I never size it down to one or a few things. There's many things that we can do. There's many talents and gifts. Sometimes we have gifts we don't even know we have, and that's brother, sister, young or older, family member. But I did want to read some points You know, I like reading summaries because I think reading is good sometimes. Keeps the mind sharp because we get so much information for those that are, that really do seek and explore and research. And, our brains can get overloaded with information. So that's what I like to read sometimes. So we're going to have a meditative moment. And again, look for more father and son discussions. And I think the next one is going to be on another hip hop what ifs. And I'm going to let my son kind of speak more so on that. And he's going to speak on the younger generation because he knows a lot of the a lot of younger artists that I'm not aware of because I'm OG, so I don't really run in a lot of the young cat circles. I know about some of the young brothers and young sisters music, but it's unfortunate. The only time I do hear about a young artist, and it's mostly been brothers here lately, they end up deceased, and it's sad. It's just, man, great divine, what is going on? It's getting so sad to keep hearing about artists. I always hear about their music after they have transitioned, man. So that's why I was gonna have my son speak on it, and he's really passionate about hip hop and music, and he knows a lot of artists. He puts a lot of interest into artists and stuff because we always talk about hip hop and comedy and stuff like that, and we always we try to focus on the character of an artist, whether it's comedy or hip hop. So look for that. Another father and son discussion will probably be Friday, and we're gonna do another hip hop what ifs. We haven't really came up with a subject or a title, but I know it'll be related to hip hop, and it'll probably be about current artists, and it'll mostly be new generation artists. But I will have a list of golden school because I'm going to dig in the crates, so to speak, and I'm going to dig up some golden school, some artists that a lot of us that don't think about. I'm going to try to anyway. And he's going to talk about the new school, and I'm going to speak on some golden school. I mean, I'm talking about back in the Run DMC days and Houdini. I'm talking about Kool Moe Dee. Yeah, back in them times. So I think that'll be fun and interesting. I love the father and son discussions with Lord Lamont. Salute. So look for that Friday. All right, my leaders and teachers, brothers and sisters, family, those who've been riding along. Let's have a meditative moment about loving what we do and do what we love and the benefits of it. And we talking about good things that's good for us and sometimes can be good for others who we are attached to. Family, children, significant other, whether it's the brother, sister, anyone that we have in our circle that's hear our voice, if nothing else. That's it. Just try our best to carry good energy in whatever we do. It just benefits us so much better in the future. I say that a lot, but it's not easy all the time. But we got to stay in there. You got to you got to kind of go through the rough to get to the good. It's worth it. When we earn our space and our place in this life and on this journey. Don't forget, folks, enjoy the journey. All right, so here we go. We're going to have a meditative moment. And I got 7 points. All right. There are many benefits to doing what we love. Improve mental health, which is wonderful. We can keep our mental health intact. It's wonderful. Now, again, it's easier said than done. But when we take the measures and we do things, get help if we need. But if we can do it ourselves, do whatever we can to keep our psyche straight. And we got to remember, folks, we as human beings, we never know what's coming down the road. But that great divine, Mother Nature, and that universe always knows. I love how that rhymes. All right, doing activities we enjoy can help reduce stress. I always talk about that stress, anxiety, and depression, and improve our overall sense of happiness. Man, all right, better relationships. I'm not a relationship expert, but if you got a good heart within, and good and divine love, but not soft love, gotta have hard love too, because individuals will take you for granted. But when we have love at the core, that real love, but sometimes you have to let things go when you have real love. So there's many definitions that attach to love. I don't think you can just size it down to one thing, just one's perspective. All right, better relationships. Doing what you love can help you build better relationships, whether it's romantic or friendship, brotherhood, sisterhood, sibling, family, anything of that nature, or with our co-workers and family, like I just said. Make us more empathic, and not a soft empathic, like my son and I were speaking on yesterday. When you go through things, and I actually heard a brother speak on this on the platform, my son and I was watching, and when we have been through things, it's just, either if we are at a state of awareness or age and we know better, it's just certain things, certain circles, we're just not going to attach ourselves to or run in. We become what I say all the time, a brother and sister of prevention. It's the most beautiful thing, rewarding, and man, we can almost see the future when we learn to prevent things, make it a habit, being a brother and sister of prevention. It's the gift that keeps on giving. Yes, it's wonderful. Increased productivity when we do what we love and love what we do righteously. You or we may be more productive and perform at a higher level when we are doing something we enjoy. Man, like the discussions with my son or spending time with my son Ethan and my godchildren. I have 3 children I haven't seen, 2 daughters I haven't seen, and a son I had that stay in New York. 3 I haven't saw. I bring them up every now and then. And haven't seen them, but that's another chapter that old brother EBS Cares have to deal with. And but I will get in touch with them. I have in the past, but I haven't seen them in a while. But I'll that'll be on another podcast. Just I bring that up every now and then. But that was one of the things I like doing. It's wonderful spending time with family when we can. All right, increase creativity, which is wonderful. And creativity can go for a gift we have, whether it's music, dancing, or writing, or some sport we like, but just don't lose ourselves in that sport and wherever we're playing that sport at. That's another thing. But I'm talking about things outside of the basic stuff. Just if you can invent something, get a patent for it, or if you like to do poetry, do that. If you want to write a book, do that. Whatever it is that center us, that impacts us in a righteous way. Hey, invest in it. That's why I tell my son, Lord Lamont, wherever good quality we have, invest in it. If it's beneficial, always invest in it. So again, love what we do what we love righteously. It's wonderful, and that's whatever that is. There's a trillion billion gifts in this galaxy, in this universe. Another thing my son and I spoke on, and I speak on from time to time, none of us will ever know. It's stupid to beef, because there's so many things that we can have in this universe. We just got to reach out or reach in and grab it. None of us know how vast or big the universe is. I don't care how educated scientists are. We still will never know. As I say, we can estimate and spectate. That's about it. Spectate or estimate. I always forget how I say it, but I know I say estimate, and I think it's something else I usually say, but I say spectate. I mean, all we can do is estimate, and wonder, and make and have theories. That's it. But don't cock it all up. Like I say, enjoy the journey. There is no destination. There's only one destination, is when we out of here. So just do what we can while we're here, and don't waste time. Real talk. Be on divine time, not man's time. All right, better decision making. It happens when we do what we love, when we in a right space and got right in our heart. And that is this. We on the 6th point. I said 7 points, so this will make the 6th one. 6-1. All right, better decision making. Yeah, that'd be the 6th one. Let me see. Excuse me, the 5th one. We are on the 5th point. Better decision making. When we're in a good space and we have that light in us, and we got right intent, and you're seeking, like I said, when we're empathic, we understand others' behavior. So, and again, when we become a brother and sister of prevention, we will develop better decision making skills. It's wonderful, because all it takes is 1 or 2 results of doing the right thing, even when it's not easy. Sometimes, like I said, you got to show that hard love, that hard truth. Sometimes that nice shit is out the window. It's all about balance. Because as I heard from a great brother, sometimes being nice can mean you're stupid, so you got to watch that nice shit, and that's a part of making better decisions. Okay. We may be better at making decisions when we are doing something we love. Real talk. And I'm talking about righteously. Again, whatever that is, spend time with family, anything that centers us, take us out of the so-called matrix. All right, let's go to the 6th point, improved, let's see, physical health. Excuse me. Improved physical health, which is always good. That's why I say every morning, stretch your body. I do that, breathe, exhale, inhale, exhale, all these kind of things, especially if you have a job, even if you're on the job, take moments, 5 minutes, stop, stretch your body. It keeps our body from our joints getting old and wearing and tearing, just like a car, wear and tear. So we have to stretch our body and get our mind right every morning, whether we got somewhere to go or something to do or not. Stretch, meditate, deep prayer, whatever we got to do to balance ourselves every morning. Set that tone every morning because, again, the body follows the mind. So if we're thinking healthy in our mind, our physical will follow. Real talk. All right, let's get to the 7th point. Inspiration to others. Man, our vibration and our action will be an inspiration to others, like me volunteering at my son's school. Just being in the school, just one's presence is enough to inspire a child. It shows them that a parent cares. And again, salute to the faculty and other volunteers that work there also, because there are other volunteers, and that's wonderful. It's a lot of volunteers at my son's school, actually. So salute to those who volunteer, who take the time outside of our busy schedule sometimes, and try to help any way we can at these schools, because it can be very challenging for these teachers. I've seen it with my own eyes. So an inspiration to others. We can be an inspiration to others by following our righteous dreams and doing what we love. Man, it's wonderful. So again, just invest in things we love. Again, whether it's our family and practice self-love, of course, because when you got love within, you'll show it to others. But it ain't always easy love now. It's got to be tough love, because at Great Divine can be, as I said, can be graceful and easy, but also is a powerful force, and it ain't taking no crap. So, and I say that because live a toxic life for 30 years plus and keep seeing red flags and don't pay no attention to them. This brother or sister, high status, low status, it don't matter. Just keep on living toxic. Keep on doing it, and not watching the red flags and not seeing things that to prevent us. You'll see, I'm telling you. What we put out is always what we get back. There's just no way of getting around that. I don't give a damn how many times we hear that. Been there, done that. So that's why my son and I, we do things we love. Like we like, speaking on issues about, the world and stuff in our own lives, and just having a conversation, just vibing, and listening with our ears. We got 2 ears for a reason, so we got to listen more than we speak sometimes. And that's for me too, because I'm always like to say, when that great divine tell me to speak, I speak. When that divine tell me to shut up, guess what? I shut up. So, but when that great divine tells me to speak, sometimes I might be a little goofy, might make a mistake or fumble a word, but it's always going to come from an encouraging place, because there were those that encouraged me, whether it was family, brother or sister in the world or online. We supposed to pick up that righteous torch and pass it on to the next generation, because I'm passing that torch down to my son, Lord Lamont, and then my son Ethan, my 9-year-old, and my godchildren, and my biological children. That's what we're supposed to do, a righteous ripple effect. So thank those for coming in to another edition of EBX Discussion. Current subscriber, new subscriber, anybody that view, I thank you. And connect ourselves to the righteous brothers and sisters out here, whether they got platforms or not, and family too. And keep this, man, we got a good circle, and whether we got a big circle of good friends or small circle, appreciate them. Appreciate the good family and the good brothers and sisters, whether younger or older, that we have in our lives. So I got this on my banner. It's like a representation of a celebration of life. Every day we wake up is a chance to do better and be greater, So that's why we can't hang up on things unless you did something terrible and it's very evil or something. That's different. That great divine got to deal with you on that. But if it's just some little small little human error or some, whatever weaknesses or kinks we had, work on them, deal with them, So if we do have family, children, or a significant other, we can be ready for whatever they may be carrying, those we care about. So that's just some encouraging words I wanted to speak on. And again, look for the father and son discussion and more music from me, myself, and Lord Lamont and L'Oreal Lyrical. May she rest in peace and in power. My cuz I always bring up. So stay strong out there. Be the generals, those who are listening and those who listen, and ride along. Keep being the generals that you have been and that we are. And always remember, brothers and sisters, it's got to be righteous though. I mean, it's got to be righteous, but find something that centers us, and and something that we love. Again, whether it's family or whatever it is, just something that make us feel better in our psyche. Nothing bad now, nothing evil. Love what we do and do what we love. Real talk. So salute.